Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Beginner Photography class. How to Take Holiday Photography for Beginners series. Today, introduce how to ruin a holiday photos part 1. If you know how to ruin a picture, wouldn't you know how to take good pictures for granted? Surprisingly, many people easily lose interest in photography due to mess. I will produce in 2 parts. Introduce how to properly ruin the pictures. I think there must be someone who says it's boring if I put everything in one episode. Today we'll talk about how to ruin holiday photos. 1. Try to put too much in a picture. 2. Unconditionally blur the background of all portraits. 3. Use a tripod only for night photography. 4. Be greedy for excessive equipment. 5. Do not read the manual. 6. Relying on the camera LCD. 7. Take a picture with a lower resolution. 8. Do not check the ISO value. 9. Neglect camera management. 10. UV filters are considered essential. 1. Try to put too much in a picture. When you are interested in photography, the first thing to try is to take portraits of people you know or take pictures of beautiful landscapes. It is also the easiest material to access, but beginner photographers often think that it is easier to take. Unfortunately, landscape photography can easily become meaningless and ambiguous without a subject. Most of the time, they try to capture too much, and they become plain pictures without features. 2. Unconditionally blur the background of all portraits. The temptation of novice photographers is the shallow depth of field. It would be a portrait shoot with a blurry background. In beautiful portraits, you need to use the background effectively to make the portrait stand out. It is necessary to give an appropriate out-of-focus effect by considering the distance and angle change between the background and the person. 3. Use a tripod only for night photography. Once shaken, the picture becomes useless. The basics for taking good pictures is to shoot without shake. Even if you are not shooting at night, on cloudy and windy days, or indoor shooting where there is insufficient light, you should try to minimize shake by using a tripod. 4. Be greedy for excessive equipment. When taking pictures, I get a lot of interest in getting a new lens or accessory. But what is clear is that it is difficult to take good pictures when you are obsessed with equipment. If you don't try enough of your cameras and lenses and are greedy for more expensive and better equipment, you won't be able to take good pictures. Equipment is just one of the possibilities for taking good pictures, it's not an absolute requirement. All you have to do is choose the equipment that fits your shooting needs and economically. Rather, it's hard to find your own photos if you use too many equipments. If you are having trouble taking the pictures you want with the equipment you have now, you can find pictures that can be taken with that equipment. It's not because you don't have good equipment, but because you lack passion. You should cherish and love your cameras and equipment. Photos are not taken with equipment, but with effort and passion. Only those who take pictures eagerly will have the opportunity to take good pictures. 5. Do not read the manual. People around me often ask me questions about a specific camera, and unfortunately, many of the questions are basic to the company camera manuals. If you understand the basics of your camera and how it works, you will be able to take better pictures if you first understand the controls and functions. 6. Relying on the camera LCD. If you look at a novice photographer taking pictures, you'll notice that each person takes pictures, checks, and deletes the pictures taken. If you don't like it, you can erase it and take it again, but with the camera LCD, it is difficult to accurately determine whether the picture is shaken or the exposure is appropriate. Therefore, it is better to retake without erasing, even if it is a little strange when viewed on site. Open mistakes. The picture is shaken because the posture is disturbed while checking the picture even though the picture has not been taken. It is recommended that you press the shutter and take a minute to check. The habit of checking pictures often blows away the most important concept opportunities in the photography process. Unbeknownst to me, if the picture is not good, the thought of erasing it and taking it again becomes comfortable. 7. Take a picture with a lower resolution. If you shoot at the maximum resolution like RAW, the size of the file increases, and in that case, there are some inconveniences, such as slowing down the review speed and requiring a high-capacity memory to store. However, it is recommended to shoot at the maximum resolution if you consider the printout and print. JPG files are compressed files that are easy to transfer. 8. Do not check the ISO value. These days, as many cameras that support high ISO sensitivity are released, the utilization of 1 ISO has become very high. In situations where there is insufficient light, high sensitivity 1 ISO is used to secure shutter speed, but beginners who are not familiar with ISO settings sometimes ruin photos because of ISO. Shooting with high ISO sensitivity in low light conditions is a great help in taking pictures without blurring. However, if you shoot in a bright place with a high ISO, overexposure and severe noise will ruin the photo. When there is enough light, lowering the ISO will give a sharper and clearer picture. Make it a habit to always check the ISO value before shooting. 9. Neglect camera management. No matter how good the camera and equipment you have, you won't get good photos if you neglect to manage them. Before shooting and after going back, you must dust the camera off. And always be careful not to get foreign objects on the lens. The wet part of the camera and lens is in contact with the skin, causing salt to soak into the rubber material and make it cloudy. If possible, wipe clean with a disposable towel. 10. UV filters are considered essential. When purchasing a lens, a UV filter is essential. Sometimes they are given together as a kit. The UV filter protects the lens from ultraviolet rays, relieves impact, and helps a lot in preventing foreign matter or scratches on the lens surface. That is why I think that UV filters must be worn. However, you should know this one thing. The UV filter is not a filter that makes your photo look better, it is a filter that protects it. The clearest picture is obtained purely with the lens itself without inserting anything into the lens. If you are not in a poor shooting environment that puts a strain on the lens such as backlight, the beach, or the desert, let's take a picture without the UV filter. UV filters should only be used to store lenses or to protect them from impact while moving. It's easier to learn about photography and cameras if you can attend community college photography group classes or college classes. Today, I did introduce how to ruin a holiday photos. Part 1. Even if you are a beginner in photography, feel not to try. I have explained how to practice as simple and easy as possible. But if you understand this, camera shooting seems not that difficult. In the next video, I will show you some more informative aspects of photography.